Madam Chair, let me start by saying that last week we had the first installment of this discussion, and we talked about a number of things, and we talked about it in context of what priorities we were setting in terms of a budget. And today we're finding a source of money that negates part of the discussion that has been brought about, where claims have been made that erroneously the general fund monies are automatically transportation monies. But that having been said, I would tell you, and I'll try and make this brief, that, you know, if we were doing this for another professional baseball team, I'll tell you, I probably wouldn't be supporting this. We learned from, frankly, the past and history that we become subject to the whims of money. This isn't about money. This is about investment. This is about whether or not we want to have our kids and our families doing something productive, something that is fun, something that they can grow from, or whether we want to look at the alternative. And the alternative isn't good. It is across the street from the northern state, or from Ahaway, in the juvenile detention. And if that's the option that some people support, then great. I think they're wrong. I think that we need to look at this very clearly and very easily as an investment in our kids, in our families, in our community. And if you choose to look at the alternative as being the side you support, then so be it. So with that, Madam Chair, I'll go ahead and move the approval of item number 43 and direct staff to use the excess fund balance from the fiscal year 13-14 for the down payment.
Second.
Motion and a second. I would ask Mr. Huckleberry, I'm going to do a roll call vote on this, but I believe that Supervisor Miller has raised some issues and they need responses, and I'd like to see those responses. What is the demand for soccer fields, youth soccer fields? What is the economic benefit? And what pro formas or what research have we done to indicate that this is a step and a necessary step we need to take, and take it now? And with that, roll call.
Supervisor Carroll.
Madam Chair,
Supervisor Carroll.
before I vote, I'd like to say clearly there was some misunderstanding last week, and maybe it was a twisting of the truth, or maybe it was just a distracted mind. But I do want to say it needs to be clarified and said twice, because we truly believe in Pima County that truth is important, and I want to make sure this doesn't get misconstrued. The monies for the soccer fields will be coming from where, Mr. Huckleberry?
Madam Chair and Supervisor Carroll, they will come from the excess fund balance left over from the 2013-14 budget, in excess of that was actually budgeted the previous year.
I hope that's not taken out of context later. Let me say again, the monies then that are going to be possibly transferred into the transportation for pavement preservation are still intact, even though this vote will happen today.
Yes, Madam Chair and Supervisor Carroll, I've already previously directed the Department of Transportation to begin again planning for the expenditure of those funds in pavement preservation on the arterial and collector system, and coming back to the board in December of 2015 for the spring and summer seasons of pavement preservation within the county.
Thank you so much. Because I know the minutes for the meeting that was this was last discussed that are not prepared yet. I just want to make sure that we had something for on the record for people that are out in the audience, or people that are working on staff or anywhere else, are clear as to where the dollars are coming from. And I look forward to talking about the transportation funding issue later in the year. I also want to add my comment then and now that I look forward to seeing.
You called a question.
I did not call the question, I called the
Okay.
I had the floor, I think. I appreciate that. Again, I will now say that it's important for all of us to begin to look at, in preparation for the meeting, to talk about pavement preservation in the future, that we look at building equity for all 5 districts. So in the future, this type of debate originally leading to the misunderstanding and to the rearrangement of how this is going to be paid for doesn't happen again. Maybe it was intentional, maybe it was confused, but I appreciate it, Madam Chair.
Did you vote?
Supervisor Elias.
Yes.
Supervisor Miller.
No.
Supervisor Valadez.
Aye.
Chair Bronson.
Aye, motion carries 3-2. And now we move back to the regular agenda.